Well, hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. I am Jeff.
And I am Ruthie. So we today are outside of Fredericksburg exploring a different area. We are going to be exploring Caroline County this time.
Yeah, Caroline happens to be a relatively hot spot for people relocating to the area, depending on what they want in their lifestyle, so to speak, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a cute area. Like, we're in Bowling Green right now, and you can see the little town area behind us. Watch your speed through here. They have blue lights everywhere.
Yeah, this is a small town, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more in a little bit, but I love this small town, but we'll get back to that. All right, like I said in the beginning, I am Jeff Edmiston. This is my business partner, Ruthie Buck, and we are Virginia real estate agents. And as much as we like making these videos all about living, working, and playing in the greater Fredericksburg area, we like even more helping you with your real estate needs. So if you have any questions at all about living, working, or playing here, text us, call us, email us, send smoke signals, carrier pigeons, however you'd like to communicate. We will get right back to you, and we look forward to talking to you.
So let's talk about the location of where we are in Caroline County. So Caroline County is situated pretty much is between Richmond, which is south of us, and Fredericksburg, which is north of us.
Yep, and a little further up the road from Fredericksburg, of course, is D.C. So this is a good location for people who commute from using I-95, because I-95 runs right through Caroline County on the western side of the county. And then if you have Route U.S. 301 that runs through Caroline County north and south on the western part of the county. So there's two really good north and south corridors, and of course, sandwiched between those two, you have U.S. Route 1. So you've got three really good options depending on where you want to go of commuting north and south. 301 you would use if you're going to Dog Run a lot of times, or to Maryland, or 95 and 1 for going north and south, Richmond, Fredericksburg, and D.C.
Yep, we actually just had a client here last week that was staying in the south area down here, and was going to take 301 to get to a ball game instead of having to take 95.
Yeah, and that happens a lot in the summer. 95 becomes a beast in the summer, really all up and down the corridor from Richmond to D.C. So a lot of people do use 301, especially if they're going north of Washington, D.C.
Yep.
Okay, so one of the first things that people tend to recognize about Caroline County, if they're researching the area, thinking about relocating here, is the cost of living. In all of the Fredericksburg region, this is the best cost of living in the entire region. So I'm a statistics guy, I love numbers. So
yeah, we all know that.
So let me throw you a couple numbers at you. Caroline County, the entire county, the cost of living is 7% below the national average. It's 11% below the Virginia average. Virginia average is about 4% above the national average. So 7% below the national average, 11% below the Virginia average. So it just means your dollar stretches a little further here in Caroline County.
And although I knew it was more expensive in this area, that is my plug of new information for today with the statistics.
There you go. There you go.
So let's talk about the housing that's offered here in Caroline County. I mean, you have a vast array of housing. You have cozy little cottages up through expansive estate-style homes in this area.
Yeah, whether you're wanting to live near the river, live in a rural area, or live in a more modern housing development with amenities, Caroline pretty much has all of that.
So let's talk about some of the neighborhoods that are here in Caroline and the different, I guess I say there's a vast array. Let's talk about the styles of communities you have. One of them that I'd like to bring up, which is a golf course community, is Pendleton. A lot of people golf in that community. It's a great location. It's right off of Route 1. It's easy to come and go from that location. You've got several single-family homes in that area or in that neighborhood.
And you have townhomes.
Yes, they actually are building new townhomes right now in that area.
And it is pretty much a new construction community. I mean, there's some homes that have been there for a few years now, but pretty much it's a new construction community. Like Ruthie said, golf course right there in the middle. There are amenities coming, pool, things like that. It's still a relatively new development, so they haven't finished all of that yet. So Pendleton is a great option.
Yeah.
Another option, I'll group a couple of them together, is Lake Landor and Lake Caroline. Both of them are gated communities. Both of them are lake communities. There are some differences between them, but they're very, very similar communities. One of them has a little bit larger lake. The other one has some more amenities than the other. Pricing, home pricing is very, very similar. The average home sale in the last year in there has been somewhere around $310,000 to $320,000. Very similar communities. Both of them are in Ladysmith, right off of I-95, right off of U.S. Route 1, pretty much halfway through the county, so you can go to Richmond easily or to Fredericksburg easily. And in that same area we have...
Well, speaking of Ladysmith, we have Ladysmith Village, which Ladysmith Village to me almost reminds me of one of the communities that's in Fredericksburg, but I feel like when I'm in Ladysmith Village, it's almost like you're on the set of some sort of television show or something, the way the streets are laid out. And in that community, they have their own library. They have several different styles of, you've got your townhouses. There are detached. You've got your detached homes in there. A nice pool area.
Nice.
I haven't been to it in a long time, but they do have I remember the nice pool area.
Yep. They occasionally bring food truck into that pool area, so people from all over the community, not just in the neighborhood, go to food trucks there. There is also a YMCA that serves the county that's right there pretty much within the Ladysmith Village community as well. So those are all great options right in Ladysmith. But Caroline County is a lot more than Ladysmith. Ruthie mentioned we are in the town of Bowling Green. I mentioned this happens to be a town I love very much. It is one of the truly small towns that are left in our area. It's very quaint, but this town is doing its dead level best to stay up with the times. We've got a nice coffee shop here, ice cream shop. They are creating new venues all the time to make this so you don't necessarily have to go to Fredericksburg to enjoy some entertainment and dining options. I love this little small town. It's got a lot to offer if you're looking for that type of lifestyle. But also,
very cute.
And there's a couple of housing developments here, but you've got your homes along Main Street. But Caroline also has a lot of homes that are not in communities, that are just out on land and out in a rural area and near the river. So there's a lot to offer here. It's worth checking out. So the next thing we'll point out is schools. If you have children, school-age children, schools is and should be an important factor. And Caroline has 5 public schools to help your kids get a diverse education.
So really, no matter where where you decide to move or where you're going to move, research is crucial to moving, and especially if you have school-age children. You want to do your homework. You want to research the schools in a particular neighborhood that you're going to be zoned for, or school to zone that you'll. Okay, let me start that again. School that you'll be zoned for, depending on your neighborhood. Research is crucial when it comes to moving.
Absolutely, and one of the sites that we use and I recommend to our clients is Public School Review. .com. It's a great resource. Do your research, and this is a site that can help you get that done. PublicSchoolReview.com.
All right, employment. That's important too, right? If you're going to buy a house here, you probably want to have some money coming in. So with employment in this area, you're probably going to find more things along the lines of sectors of maybe healthcare or retail, maybe dining. There's not going to be as much here, but on the flip side, a lot of people that do live in this area, I guess, go towards the outskirts for work.
Yeah, every time we sit down at a real estate closing for the last, how long we've been doing this, almost 20 years, somebody at the table has said, if you pay, you stay. If you don't, you won't.
That's right.
So you've got to have a job. And Ruthie's right. There aren't a lot of jobs in Caroline County. It's growing, and there are things coming here that are going to change that in the relatively near future. But for now, many of the residents have to commute to either Richmond, Fredericksburg, or D.C. D.C. is a long drive from here, but there are a lot of people in Caroline County who make that commute. Bottom line, there are some jobs here, but you probably will need a wider skill set if you're going to find high-paying jobs here versus if you commute to Richmond or Northern Virginia.
Yep. And I brought up healthcare, and healthcare being as a as a type of employment, but I think that just leads me a bit into healthcare. Although you may have your clinics here in this area, just because we don't have a major hospital here, you still could travel to Richmond, which isn't very far, that has several larger, bigger hospitals there, or you could go to Fredericksburg that also has a couple of hospitals as well.
We picked a noisy location to do this, but we wanted you to see Bowling Green.
Yeah, like this is a busy time. I guess everybody's getting off work.
But Ruthie's right. In the Fredericksburg region, the largest healthcare organization is Mary Washington Healthcare. There are others, but that's the largest. And Mary Washington Healthcare actually has a satellite office right here in Bowling Green, less than half a mile from where we're standing right here. And there are a couple of urgent care type of facilities in Ladysmith and Carmel Church, which is a little further south from here, closer to Richmond. But Ruthie's right, you got to travel a little bit to get to a hospital or more specialized care. Yeah,
but there again, it doesn't take very long. And if you're military, don't fear, because there is a really nice looking, huge VA center medical facility that's about to open, or being worked on and built right now in Fredericksburg.
Yep, and as we mentioned in other videos, that's going to be the largest VA clinic in the nation, and it's less than 30 minutes from where we're standing right here in Bowling Green now. From Ladysmith, it's 25 minutes, something like that, so it's not very far at all.
I can make it in 15.
Ruthie probably could. Her wheels would touch the ground maybe 4 times between Ladysmith and Fredericksburg.
All right, let's talk about transportation. As you see from where we're standing, there are numerous cars going by us. Well, all that to be said, there is a little bit of lack of public transportation in this area, so you're probably you're going to need a vehicle if you're going to live in this area to come and go. It's not going to, it's one of those that it's going to be a necessity for you.
Yeah, it's really not going to be an option. All right, life isn't all work and no play. We try to personify that. Ruthie spends her time on the lake. I spend my time in the woods. In Caroline County, you've got options as well. There are some parks that you can enjoy. It's a beautiful, still largely undeveloped county, so you can get your fill of nature here. There's some great places that you can go on the river and bird watching and things like that. But there are a lot of other organized events as well. We have Meadows Event Park, which is in the southern part of the county. A lot of events happen there. That's where the annual Virginia State Fair happens. There is a sports complex on Route 1, which is where the Caroline County Fair happens, but a lot of sporting events take place there as well. So again, life's not all work and no play, and you can get your fill of play right here in Caroline County. And
like Jeff said, so yes, I spend my time on the lake. I'm a summer girl and I love the lake. But if you are an outdoor enthusiast, they also have the Rappahannock River that comes through here. And with that, we got a large truck going by us. With the Rappahannock River, I mean, you could fish, you could kayak, you could, what am I thinking of? Fish, kayak, give me some things, Jeff.
Canoe.
Boat. Paddleboard. I was trying to think of paddleboard.
Paddleboard, boat.
Yes, there's
hunt.
So much, there's
hunt.
so much that you can do just with the Rappahannock River.
Yep, and it's right on the northern end of the county.
So, I hope that this has been helpful for you, because this pretty much wraps up some of what we wanted to give you and let you know and inform you about of Caroline County.
Yep, we just want to hit the highlights to give you some idea of what Caroline County is, what it has to offer. And if you have any questions at all about Caroline County, about real estate, about the Fredericksburg area, don't hesitate to call us or text us. Our phone number is in the description below, should be showing up on your screen as well.
So if you like what you see, then definitely give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to like this video, and we will see you
in the next video.